In this video, I'm going to actually cover three topics, which is firstly, how to become a content creator as a student, secondly, how to manage content creation, and thirdly, how to start being a content creator. Alright, my name is David, and if it's the first time you see me on this channel, what I actually do is I give out content creation tips. I actually discover the misconceptions, and I come to this channel to tell you guys all about it. Now, I'm going to be diving into a deeper topic after we cover the first three topics. It's better you actually stay to the very end of this video so you can actually know whether content creation is a good business to start as a student. Now, the first question is how to manage content creation. But before we go into that, let's understand what content creation is, because I feel like many of us are misunderstanding that. Content creation is basically creating content. Basically, that's a layman's understanding, creating content. And content is actually divided into like about 4, 5, multiple. But the most focused ones in the world today is video content creation and blogging, alright, or skit making, but it all falls under the video content creation. Now, it depends on the type of personality you have, alright. That's what I'm going to say. It depends on the type of personality you have. If you're someone that found out that you're a funny type of person, your friends have told you that you have a knack for entertainment and all this stuff, then yes, you can enter into skit making. In Nigeria here today, what we do is probably dancing on TikTok and Facebook, right? But the content creation I'm actually going to be covering today is the YouTubing part, basically the video content creation. Now, the video content creation can be stretched on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But we all know that YouTube actually pays more than all of this, because YouTube is more significant. The pay is more significant than all of this, alright? Because if you have to bring a Facebook content creator, an Instagram content creator, and a YouTube content creator, the normal bias of people is that the YouTuber there is going to be the one earning more, right? And I'm not saying that the other two does not actually earn enough. I think I even heard a rumor that Facebook pays more than YouTube. But I'm just saying that it all depends on the type of personality you have and the type of content that you can actually create and work with. Okay, having covered what content creation is, how do you manage content creation? Now, this falls down to two questions, alright? Do you have the time to actually give content creation, and two, do you also have the time to learn? Because content creation has a very big learning curve. I'm not going to lie. It's very big, especially when you're doing content that you actually know nothing about. Let me say you have a brand partnership with any tech company, alright? Let me use Techno for example, and you want to actually give a review on their product. You have to actually understand how the product works, why it is so good to be used. If you understand that you have to give time to learn about a particular topic before coming to video content creation, then yeah, you have started managing content creation. Then the second one is, do you have the time to give content creation? Alright, so now the time I mean is not the time to learn. Okay, that's different. The time I mean is the time to actually edit your videos, to actually brainstorm, the time to actually take that break when you're actually facing a burnout. Do you have that time to give, or are you the type of person that actually wants to always get things done? Because me, I believe that when it comes to content creation, you need to remember that you are a human being, alright? What you're basically doing is that you're putting out content then to either entertain people or help people. So it's either of the two. If you have that time to give and if you have that time to learn, then content creation is going to be very manageable for you. Now, the final question before I get into the deeper topic, and if you have watched the very part of this video, I want you to hit the subscribe button, please. As you can see, I'm trying to grow up my subscribers count. Having said that, please give this video a thumbs up. Now, the final question before we get into the deeper topic is, how do you start content creation as a student? Starting content creation as a student requires many things, but the most important is the diligence and the intentionality that I actually put in as someone that wants to become a content creator. Okay, let me just break that down. Okay, understand that becoming a content creator as a teenager in your early 20s and early teen age, is something that you have to actually decide that yes, this is what you're gonna do. Because in that age of life, we are all looking, I don't know whether it's the same outside, but in Nigeria here, we are all looking for how to actually live independently. That age is the stage that we want to actually try and live independently. So we are going to be looking for all sorts of income. And content creation is not something that you can actually get into today and then the next day you're already rich. No, it's something that you're actually going to build over the years, and then let me say in 5 years, 4 years, 3 years time. I'm not saying that you can't actually manifest earlier, but this is the maximum I've seen. 5 years, 3 years time, then you actually start kicking it off. Alright, content creation as a student requires your intentionality in the sense of, I want to become a content creator. Yes, I am going to pass through this. I'm going to get through that. I'm going to flop. I'm going to have these bad days. I'm going to have these good days. But all the same, I want to become a content creator. I need to work for that. And in the sense of diligence, means am I ready to actually double down and actually research on this topic? Am I ready to have those sleepless nights to edit my videos? This actually happens especially if you're working as a solo content creator. Okay, so over the years you can actually build a team. But starting up, you need to at least give yourself those sleepless nights, then make sure that you have the time to actually take a break. It sounds somehow, but when you start the journey, you understand. So let's move to the vital question on this particular topic. Making money as a content creator, is it worth it? Well, in Nigeria, it comes down to two things, alright? It's either you follow the trend or you just keep on working. That's the two things like it actually comes down to. I think they actually complement themselves, alright? Because the opportunities that content creation has actually created for Nigerians are so massive. And I think you're watching this from other continents, other country, you can also get into that opportunity. But have in mind that everything has a learning curve, so don't expect to take off all at once. Alright, I'm going to actually make a video on why people actually come onto YouTube and all these social media platforms, alright, because I feel like we need to understand why people are actually watching to know what you are creating. So the real truth and the honest truth is that yes, you can make money as a content creator in Nigeria, but you need to put in the consistency and the hard work. Before I forget, I'm going to make a video on frequency and consistency, how they actually complement you as a content creator. So if you are interested in that, subscribe to this channel right now, and I'm going to see you in that very video. So remember, starting up a content creation journey is going to be the best decision that you take in your life or the worst decision you've taken in your life. So it all comes down to you. You make that decision, you find out what you want, you work towards it. That's it for now, guys. I'll see you in the video.